All right. We are live. Here comes the intro, Jenny. You're listening to the Grow Clinton podcast. Grow Clinton is a 501c6 nonprofit economic community development and tourism organization based in Clinton, Iowa. For more information, visit growclinton.com. Again, that's growclinton.com. Now, back to the show. What's happening to all you amazing listeners out there in podcast land? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Grow Clinton podcast, hosted by Grow Clinton, a small nonprofit organization focused on community development, economic development, and tourism located in the eastern side of the great state of Iowa, right along the mighty Mississippi. As always, I am your host, Andy Sokolovich, President and CEO of Grow Clinton, joined in the studio by Jenny Home from our office. Jenny, happy Monday.
Happy Monday. It's a great week. It's a big week.
It's a great week, big week,
Yep.
Lots of stuff going on. How was your weekend, Jenny?
It was great. It was kind of quiet, but
Good.
It was good. I like
Quiet,
those too.
sometimes a good thing.
Yep. How about you?
Same. I don't
Yeah.
even remember what I did, to be honest.
That's good,
Saturday,
though.
got some stuff done around the house, hung up some new blinds. Blinds are expensive.
So expensive.
Holy
and
crap.
then you got to hang them up yourself.
Yeah, so did all that in the house and enjoyed the weather. It was nice.
Yeah.
Went for a couple walks, but yeah, blew by. And today is Fun Day Monday,
It is.
but Tuesday, tomorrow, November 4th, is Election Day. So before we introduce our candidate for this episode of the Grow Clinton podcast, specifically for 3rd Ward in city of Clinton, let me give a shout out to our sponsors. This mic check is courtesy of Citizens First Bank, making your finances and our audio crystal clear. The new mics in our studio are proudly sponsored by the bank that's always in tune with our community. Find them at gocfb.bank, banking as it should be with Citizens First Bank, member FDIC. Adcraft Printwear and Sully Sports. Adcraft has been in the custom apparel business since 1974. Over the years, they've grown from a small family-run operation in Clinton, Iowa, to a cutting-edge operation that serves teams and companies all over the United States. For all of your custom printwear needs, visit adcraftusa.com. Again, that's adcraftusa.com. The Grow Clinton podcast is powered by Miles Communications, the OG sponsor, hooking us up with wicked fast, high-speed internet since the very beginning of the Grow Clinton podcast, ensuring that our broadcast is crisp, clear, and consistent. Miles offers residential and commercial high-speed internet services, as well as television and telephone options to meet your home or company's communication needs. If they're not in your neck of the woods, they're on their way. For more information, milestelephone.com. Again, that's milestelephone.com. Great show today, Jenny.
Yes. And I'm going to say the guest's name because I'm going to say it right.
Go ahead, do it.
Bryant Barnette.
Yep, we got Bryant Barnette in the studio. Bryant is one of 2 candidates competing for a seat to represent the 3rd Ward in the City of Clinton Council. Brian, thanks so much for joining us on the episode of the Grow Clinton podcast.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
So, Brian, what inspired you to run for city council?
So this journey actually began when I was 12 years old, when my grandma asked me what I wanted to do in life. And I told her that I wanted to run for a local office and get on the ballot. And 22 years later, the dream came true. And then we look at November 28th, 2023, the sale of DeWitt Park, where the government, in my opinion, betrayed the people by not listening to their voices and ignored signatures and all that. So it inspired me to run.
So you've had this on your mind since you were 12 years old?
Yep.
Wow.
All right. Well, here at the Grow Clinton podcast, we have interviewed every candidate. Every single one, haven't we?
Yes. Well,
with Stacy coming later today.
Later. We've had a couple that I haven't been able to make it, but I think only one really.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah.
So all of these questions, those candidates have not received them in advance. These are questions that focus on things that Grow Clinton spends a lot of times working on, and that's economic development, community development, tourism, placemaking, leadership. So I got like 3 or 4 questions in each category. I'll just randomly select one, Bryant. And we will have ourselves a good little discussion here. And then at the end, I'll give you like 60 seconds to provide your pitch as to why The constituents should check your name on the box for Third Ward come tomorrow.
All right.
So the first question is, what do you believe are the city of Clinton's most significant economic assets, and how would you leverage them to attract new businesses and retain our existing industries?
So we have to start off with small businesses, because small businesses are the heartbreak of this town. That's what we have to do.
Yeah. So if you're saying focus on small business,
Yeah.
ensuring that they can be successful, and the rest of it will just kind of fall into
Yep.
place.
And then we need to bring more businesses into the town instead of businesses leaving Clinton, Iowa.
What type of business would you like to see come to town?
I would like to see like some businesses that focus like for kids. Like there's really nothing for kids to do here, or like we can have like Steak and Shake. I'll bring that up because a lot of people
everybody
say that.
says Steak and Shake.
Or retail stores or bookstores.
Okay, very good. So let's discuss incentives. How would you, as a member of city council, balance incentives such as tax abatements or tax increment financing with the fiscal responsibility of recruiting new industries? So I'll expand a little bit on that. So when we look to recruit a large business, we'll use Atlas Roofing Corporation, for example. We discuss our incentive package locally, as well as assist the company in applying for incentives at the state level. When you're at the council seat, you have to vote on these incentive packages, and they often include tax abatement. We use predominantly here for industrial what's known as Iowa Code 427B, which is the industrial use tax abatement we can apply to manufacturers. What is your opinion regarding the use of incentives to attract new businesses to the area?
I'm going to be honest, I do not know that question.
Okay. Yeah, so it is often one that we discuss quite a bit at city council, as well as some subcommittees, and also here within Grow Clinton, because you want to provide a fair and equitable incentive offering. Yep. You want to ensure that your incentive is strong enough to attract a new business to the area, because not only are we competing with other locations within the state of Iowa, but we're also competing with neighboring states. Yep. So it's paramount to ensure that we have incentive packages that are attractive and effective.
Bryant, what would you say is attractive about our area for attracting businesses here? Why should a business come here?
Because Clinton, in my view, Clinton deserves to be thriving and blooming. Like recent years, we're losing businesses, and we need to bring businesses back. Like there's people going to Davenport and stuff to go to like different shops and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. All right. The next one, focuses on community development. What steps should and can the city of Clinton take to strengthen partnership with schools, other nonprofits like Grow Clinton, and businesses alike to build a stronger sense of community?
That's a hard one. I have no idea right now.
We kind of alluded to it earlier when you gave your pitch in the beginning and said that you wanted to get involved because you felt like the sale of a city-owned park was not something that you would have supported, and you felt like some of the constituents may have been ignored. So I guess I'll rephrase the question. When it comes to communication and collaboration, how can we enhance that between the city officials, city leadership that's on staff, as well as those elected council members and residents alike, to ensure that we are working towards a stronger, more vibrant, welcoming community?
So after you reviewing the question, it goes down to transparency. Mm-hmm. We need to focus on transparency. We should have our local government as a clear government instead of a broken government, because that's what we have now. And to earn transparency, you have to earn trust. And trust is hard, especially what happened in the November of 2023. So you got to, like, in my opinion, I would hold town hall meetings and forums to get their voices to be heard. And
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Kind of in the same vein, we have 2 downtown districts in the city of Clinton. You have the historic Lions Business District, and then you also have downtown Clinton, which is a self-supported municipal improvement district, also known as a SMID, which consists of about a 14-block radius. Many of those districts, both the North End and downtown Clinton, have some vacant properties and vacant lots. What strategies would you support to encourage the reinvestment in these spaces by developers?
so the downtown areas is like the heartbeat of Clinton, Iowa. As we go to the riverfront too, like it's blooming. That's like what attracts people. Like the like the businesses that are emptying, we should create a plan and fix those businesses and get Clinton growing again.
Mm-hmm.
How would you convince somebody to come to downtown Clinton to open a business?
So we have to look at like the scenery. Like most people that I've talked to, like they're afraid to open a business here in Clinton due to the crime rates. First, we have to lower the crime rates in town, which we can go on another subject or that way. But
yeah, I mean, I would venture to say per capita, our crime rates are either comparable or even less than some other micropolitans of this size. As a guy who grew up in the East Coast, just outside of the city of Reading and not far from the boundary of the city of Philadelphia, at least a suburb, I don't view us as crime ridden. We have problems, and I do believe our law enforcement is working on those, but as does every other community.
Oh, yes.
I travel a lot for business, and whether it's individuals that are unhoused or it's drug-related concerns, I think the country as a whole is struggling with those issues right now, and we're looking to make modifications to ensure that the unhoused have homes, have plans, have a strategy to get back on their feet, and those that have a drug addiction, just like any other illness, require intervention as well. So let's go into tourism and placemaking. Tourism plays a growing role in Clinton's economy. In fact, in the state of Iowa, it's well over $1 billion of economic impact in tourism alone. What ideas do you have to make Clinton a more attractive destination for visitors? Meaning drawing people in from outside the community, having them stay overnight in our hotels and bed and breakfasts and Airbnbs, take in the scenery, enjoy our attractions and amenities, and spend their money in our community.
So I look at that issue with, for example, I don't support tailgates and tall boys right now, but like we need to like have our own festival that like riverboat days that will bring traction in. Then we go to the second one is our youth. Like there's really nothing like to do for our youth. Like maybe we should like bring in like have like indoor pool or something like that, or a water park, or and then in the summertime a splash pad.
What is your favorite existing thing in Clinton? What would you, if you had to go out of town and tell somebody about Clinton and why they should visit, what would you say? Come and see what?
I would have to say Eagle Point Park. That is a wonderful park, and like I used to walk it every day, 3 times a day when I lived up on the north end.
Wow, 3 times a day.
Yep.
Okay.
Not the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
And then you got the castle, which is wonderful. One year I was up on the castle and lightning struck, and it struck my hair. And
oh no!
Then we looked at the river view at Eagle Point Park. So
you're right about that.
Yeah. So let's dive a little bit into Tailgate and Tall Boys as a festival. So big part of sitting on the council is kind of a fiduciary responsibility and financial oversight of the governance that is the city of Clinton. So working with the finance director, working with the city administrator, department heads, as well as your other council members. I'm assuming your issue with the Tailgate and Tall Boys Festival is a financial concern?
So that is one of them. So for 2 years, I actually volunteered for Tailgates and Tall Boys. And we look at it, the first year we had local artists. Then the second year and third year, we didn't. See, Tailgates and Tall Boys was blaming the city for not funding the local artists and stuff like that. And then you look at what happened this year. They took local businesses out and brought in new, and then you have the union workers that did a protest, and each year it's costing the city that hundreds of $1,000s, which it could be brought down the budget, but I think they have to plan more on it. Like 600 and some $1,000 is a lot of money that could go to something else. And
Sure. No, I respect that opinion. Yeah, I do believe that Josh Eggers, along with Mayor Madison, are working diligently on developing a plan where the city maintains most of the control of that event if it is to continue under contractual agreement between Peachtree and USA Concerts. Not only local control regarding the artist selection, also a local impact with vendors.
Yeah, I believe Tailgates and Tall Boys, like the company itself, should like listen to the people that actually talk instead of ignore them. Like we look at Bloomington's, their lineup, I don't even know who they are, and like a lot of people are saying their lineup's not even worth going to.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens in the future here. I know that at some point that will be brought to the city council, probably this council, I would assume, prior to the turn of the year for discussion. All right, Bryant, the next question is in regards to housing and quality of life. How would you, as a member of council, encourage private developers to invest in both new housing as well as the rehabilitation of existing properties?
So, hold on, let me find. Can you like?
Yeah, so we'll just use an example. So it's been discussed that when we review our housing inventory and the availability of move-in ready housing, there's been discussion that we miss a key market demographic that is probably looking at the area between 175, 250-ish. Jenny, would you say that's accurate?
Yeah.
I know that's broad difference, but I know when I was looking for a house, my price point was somewhere around that range. And I found it difficult to find something that was newer, move-in ready, that didn't require a tremendous amount of work just to make it, up to living standards. As developers come in and want to do new developments, how do we incentivize them or promote the construction of those houses within that price point? And then also, we have a number of great historic homes, good solid bones, right? Yeah. But we need somebody to come in and bring them up to a livable standard. Those people that come in and do so, contractors, require some kind of meat on the bone and the incentive to make it worth their while. So how would you, as a member of the City of Clinton Council, encourage them to do so?
So like I said on Thursday, we need to develop a plan. And like, we don't really have plans. It's like temporary plans. Like, we should create like a 20-year plan for affordable housing, public safety, and stuff like that. And I need to do more research on this topic. So
yeah.
What type?
No, go ahead.
What type of homes would you like to see? Would it be like more like the apartment, multi-family homes, or neighborhood homes?
Neighborhood. So, like you brought up with the price range, Clinton, Iowa has a high price range for housing, like
for new housing.
Yeah,
right.
Like I say like a family 1-bedroom size home should be like at least 75,000 to 100,000. And then like a 2-3 story house, like 125,000 to 50,000 instead of you're looking at 250,000.
Yeah. Well, the market kind of dictates that price,
Right.
and also the cost of labor and materials. alone. So I will say the developers that we worked with are not getting rich off of the development just because the materials and the labor alone to construct a home, secure the property. If they have to invest in infrastructure extensions, meaning city sewer, water, natural gas, all those things, it all adds up and often makes the juice not worth the squeeze. Right. So that really plays a factor into that price point as well.
How do you feel about restoring homes that we have in town here?
So I'm actually for it, but once again, like, we have to create a plan for that. Like, there's many homes that are empty and need work, but then the thing is, we go for the budget. Like, we look at the budget too. Like, I believe that houses could be fixed instead of demolishing and wasting money where money could go somewhere else.
Yeah. So the city of Clinton does partner with the East Central Intergovernmental Administration or Association, something like that.
Association, you got
it. It is our Council of Governments, also referred to as a COG. They help us out quite a bit in the application for large grants. Those grants are then applied to residents who want to redo their roof or do something structural or to their house or lead paint abatement. Right. The key is promoting those programs and getting the owners of those homes that need the help to apply and leverage that stuff. Also, redeveloping a home, like you said, takes some cash incentives. What are we going to do to get in there and redevelop it? My vision, and this is just me being selfish because it's our podcast, is that we know at the one time the city tried to redevelop homes like individual homes. And that I feel wasn't successful because you can't do these little spot improvements. You literally have to do an entire block and just do all of them at once, because that's the way things are going to change. You have to, it's kind of like a shock and awe. You got to come in and you got to squeeze out those that don't want to take care of their properties by investing in those that do want to take care of their properties and may need some financial assistance. So hopefully we can continue to work on that moving forward. And I'm sure
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
So then so the housing thing, we look at that too, like $6 million, that could cover almost like 70 different homes. Like, they should have came up, because my information, I might be wrong, but that shelter area is actually for not Clinton residents. It's other states around, is what I've heard and other people have said. So,
well, I think it's first come, first served.
Right.
And I believe it's transitional housing.
Yeah.
So supporting those individuals that are experiencing, that are unhoused and experiencing some hardships, and allowing them to get back up on their feet.
Because I was
by giving them a place.
Right.
Yeah. So
helping families.
And it just, I get it. I don't look at the municipal boundary as the dividing line, whether we're helping or not helping. And I trust the folks at the YWCA to manage that effectively. And I am a firm believer that it is incumbent upon elected officials to take care of constituents regardless of their socioeconomic status. So there's people in all ranges of salary, wealth, well-being, health, and it all kind of falls down to making sure everybody is cared for appropriately and effectively.
Gotta watch out for each other.
Yep.
So, Bryant, next question. What is your long-term vision for ensuring Clinton remains an attractive and livable community for residents of all income levels and ages?
So could that be like a 10 to 20 year thing?
Yeah, flesh it out. Like, how would you make sure that moving forward in the future, we as a community are providing options and opportunities for all residents of all income levels and ages?
So my long-term vision for Clinton is to create a city that stands strong, united, and prepared for the future, a place where families and businesses to grow and every residents feel proud to call their community home. In 10 to 20 years, I see Clinton combine process with pride and great neighborhoods, safe streets, modern schools, and the riverfront that brings life and opportunity back to the city. To get there, we start by building partnerships with residents, educators, and local business owners to create a shared plan that focuses on growth, accountability, and transparency. We must rebuild our infrastructure, straighten our public safety, and attract employees who offers good paying jobs. That means investing in workforce development and small business support so our people that have the tools and success right here. Affordable housing and qualified education tracks the future. And at the same time, we have to preserve the small town charm and the national beauty that makes Clinton special. We will use a smart budgeting and public-private partnerships and community engagements to turn ideas into research. The vision isn't about politics. It's about the people. It's about giving every child, worker, senior citizen a reason to believe Clinton's future. And together we can build a stronger, fairer, and more brightened city, one that belongs to all of us.
All right, sir. Well said.
Very nice.
So tomorrow, election day. Polls open at what time?
7 a.m.
7 a.m. Close at
8
p.m.
8 p.m.
Make sure you know your polling location. Each ward has a specific location. It's either church or the open door.
Ward 3 is at the Erickson Center.
There's also the Baptist Church. I can't remember the name of the church. Gateway Baptist, and that's on 2nd Ave.
2nd Avenue South.
Yep. So that's where I go. But do yourself a favor. Get out there, vote, get your sticker. Be a good role model for your children because it is your civic right and duty to go out and cast a vote for the elected officials of this community. They're the ones making the critical decisions. It's not easy, folks. It's not easy to put yourself out there. It's not easy to live a life of transparency because it's so much easier to sit behind a keyboard and complain
Absolutely.
and never offer any type of solution. So, Bryant, best of luck to you. Congratulations on having your name on the ballot. And we look forward to witnessing the results. Is there anything you would like to say as we close out this podcast to those folks that are maybe on the fence as Ward 3 is contested between yourself and Janet Turpin?
So, recently, I want to discuss to the public. There are rumors saying that I have a legal guardian. In the state of Iowa, the law gives me the right to run for a legal guardian. I have the right to vote, and that gives me the right to run for a local office. And to the haters out there, I want to say thank you because you made this journey. And to my supporters, you are awesome. Vote for me Tuesday, November 4th, 2025. Or if you want to vote for my opponent, Janet Turpin, you can. This election is for the people. Thank you and have a wonderful, blessed day. God bless Clinton. God bless Iowa.
All right. It's a great way to close it out. On that note, Jenny, we will shut the banter off because I like what he just said.
Me too. That's it.
So we will close it out with this episode of the Grow Clinton podcast. Again, thank you to all of our sponsors. You are welcome, sir. Thank you to Citizens First Bank. Go CFB.bank. Banking as it should be. Member FDIC. Thank you to AdCraft USA and Sully's coming soon. Drove past it today up there on Mill Creek. Yes. Looking good. Be sure to check them out online. Again, AdCraftUSA.com. And then Sully's got a website up right now, right?
Yes, they do.
Yes, I got to check out that domain as well. And then, of course, the OG sponsor, Miles Communications, for powering the Grow Clinton podcast, and Lyondell Basell.
All right.
They sent me a nice little audio snippet. I got to load up here into the Stream Deck to play in the next podcast, but we want to thank them for everything they do for our community. I don't know if you've been following this, but people have been posting on social media. They have a distillation tower that is getting delivered to the plant.
Really?
It is massive.
Yeah.
And they are going to be doing a nighttime move.
Oh my
so
gosh.
The tower will come in to the American River Transportation Company, also known as ARTCO, down in Comanche, right off of Washington. And then they strategically are going to move this thing from point A to point B being the plant.
Yep.
And they're going to take the back roads of Comanche to get there. I believe they're going to take 44th and Anamosa. And so they're doing it in the middle of the night. So they're not impacting anybody or closing any intersections. So it's going to be very cool to see that go up. Because again, multi-million dollar capital investment going into that plant, plus a turnaround coming up in 2026.
That's Clinton for you.
Yep. Gotta love it. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Grow Clinton podcast. If you did not subscribe, please do. Wherever you find your podcast, you can find us. Just search Grow Clinton Podcast. We are everywhere, folks. Until we talk again, stay classy. See ya. Thank you for listening to the Grow Clinton podcast. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on all your socials. Until next time, see ya.